Hello, everybody. So, first of all, I'd like to thank the ocean, because we're all here due to the ocean. We all breathe thanks to the ocean. The blue planet is responsible for 90% of the oxygen. It's immense, and we're slowly killing it, and it's sinking with the amount of waste that it's reaching every single year. Right now, the latest statistics, and this is probably old already and it's growing, 500 million plastic bags are used each year. And the problem is the usage. These bags are used, 80% of them are probably used less than 30 minutes. Just think of the supermarket, think of the grocery shopping, think of an airplane, think of the gym. There's a very extended list of ways that we're using it in a very short time. Now, there's approximately 8 million tons of plastic that is reaching the oceans every year. The problem is not what we see on the surface. That's just the tip of the iceberg. 75% of all this waste is going to the bottom of the ocean. And once it reaches the bottom, it's forgotten, it's not collected, and it does not disappear. Because plastic takes approximately 450 years to decompose, but it doesn't really disappear because it turns into microplastics and it stays there forever, for life. And it's carrying away and touching around 700 species, marine species. And then, of course, you know that by 2050, if we continue at this pace, there will be more plastic than fish in the oceans. So when we say 8 million tons of plastic, because when we talk like this, it sounds like a lot, but to give you an idea, it's like saying that every minute of every hour of every day, there is one garbage truck of trash dumped into the oceans. This is why Ecoalf started. This is how Ecoalf is born. Ecoalf decided to act, and Ecoalf decided to do something about this and about the planet. In 2009 is when the founder of the brand and the president, Javier Goyeneche, launched and started this idea. He was frustrated with the amount of natural resources that we're using in the planet in a careless way, as if once we destroy our planet, we can go to planet B. But unfortunately, there is no planet B, and we need to focus, we need to educate, and we need to think of different ways of how we're doing things. So the idea was to create a truly sustainable fashion brand, and that's always our aim. The vision remains the same, to stop using natural resources in a careless way. And this is all the way from the beginning, all the way to the end. And our mission is to create the first generation of recycled products with the same quality, design, and technical properties than the non-recycled ones. This was a challenge in 2009 when we started. When we launched the brand in 2012, after several years of traveling, a lot of investment in R&D, and a lot of innovation and technology to transform trash into high-quality fabrics, today, Ecoalf has recycled over 250 fabrics with PET plastic bottles, with discarded fishing nets, which is actually the best nylon in the world, 6.0, 6.6, and that's the one we're reusing and transforming, with used tires, which we create our iconic flip-flops, with post-consumer coffee, because coffee, we don't only drink it, we can also wear it, and with post-industrial cotton and wool. Now, Ecoalf is transforming a product that has a lifespan of 10 minutes into a jacket with a lifetime of 30 years. This, of course, has significant environmental benefits, such as reduction on consumption of energies, less greenhouse emissions, and, of course, less water consumption. And our Upcycling the Oceans project is probably the biggest point of difference right now. This is a project that started in 2015, where Ecoalf is taking out the waste from the bottom of the ocean, and it's transforming it into top-quality yarn to create fabrics and garments, a collection. This started in 2015, and today we're working with Spain, and because of the success in Spain, we've replicated this model in Thailand. We received a phone call from the government of Thailand. The problem in Thailand is much bigger because 60% of the plastic is coming from Asia. And we signed a 3-year program with them where we're doing different initiatives. We are educating, but we're also working with fishermen to collect this trash. So to give you an idea of how it started and where we are right now, we started with around 28 ports in the Mediterranean coast of Spain, and we expanded, and today in 2018, we are present in 60 ports, working with 770 boats, and we have the support of what we call our ocean warriors, the fishermen. They're doing this for free. It's part of their routine, and we have collected over 250 tons of trash from the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Now we're expanding to the Atlantic Ocean as well. And what you can see is that in Thailand, we're focusing on 5 islands. We're working in Rayong, Koh Tao, Koh Samui, and Phuket. And we're also working with not just fishermen, but we're also working with scuba divers and with volunteers that are cleaning the beaches. The process, very simple, but like everything in life, you need to have the people willing to help, willing to be part of the change, understanding what they're doing, and wanting to take action. So we, in this case, were very lucky because when Javier went on the boat for 12 hours in the Mediterranean Sea, the fisherman that controlled everything, wanted him to see the amount of trash that was coming out and wanted to do something about it, because historically, this amount of trash goes back into the oceans. So we thought, what if we put some containers in your boat, and instead of going back into the oceans, we put it in the containers. From the containers, they land into port after the 12-hour journey. Once they land into port, these are collected in the bigger containers weekly. It's then separated and categorized by the waste. Ecoalf will keep the plastic bottles, and with that, it goes through the recycling process where we create the pellets, the yarn, and we can make the fabric that reaches the collections in our store. So it's a circular economy model. And I want you to see it live with the fishermen, how it really works in the ocean.
A strange and harmful species has colonized our oceans: marine debris. Every year, more than 6 million tons of garbage is thrown into the sea, silently polluting every square meter of the ocean and killing even more marine species than climate change affects. If we continue polluting at this rate, the amount of debris in the ocean will duplicate in the next 10 years. We have to change the way we interact with nature and find solutions that ensure our planet's life expectancy. At Ecoalf, we try to do things differently, which is the reason why we founded Upcycling the Oceans, a revolutionary project meant to be carried out also in other parts of the world. Its main goal? Collecting the trash that's destroying the Mediterranean Sea and turning it into top-quality thread. To do this, we're relying on years of intensive research and development, as well as the support of those that are more familiar with these waters, the fishermen of Levante. Together, we recover 1 ton of trash per day, giving plastic a second chance. Otherwise, it would continue to float in the ocean for an unimaginable amount of years, destroying our ecosystem. There's too much at stake to continue to stand by and do nothing about it. This is the reason why we created the Ecoalf Foundation. Apart from cleaning marine debris, we also raise public awareness on the abuse of natural resources. We can't keep on living on this planet as if we had another one to go to.
And now I'd like you to see how we transform this plastic into a garment. was very lucky because 2 weeks ago, I actually was able to go in the boat with the fishermen and to witness the amount of waste that comes out. And it's truly remarkable when you really see it, because you would think these images or this video is done specifically in a day to show people. But really, this is what happens every single day that the fishermen are out there fishing. And it's part of their life, and it's part of their routine. But they're also willing to help and to help make a change. So really, it's thanks to their support. We started this project in 2015. 3 years later, today, we have Spain. We have over 3,000 fishermen supporting this. And the idea is to replicate it across the coasts, because it's done in a way that we need the support of the people, the willingness to be able to replicate it. Now, we're here to talk about jumping to the future, and I'd like to share with you today what we are working on that we launch in September 2018, in a few months. It's ocean waste. It's again where innovation, technology, and the compromise with the planet, our commitment, join together, become the protagonists for the launch of this new footwear collection. It's made with recycled plastic bottles from the bottom of the ocean that you've just seen. And it's following the zero waste philosophy. So there is, let me show you a bit better. There is the eco-design principles and efficiencies across the whole project. So from the design, you will see that the textile material has been reduced to just one, and that's the only one you see, which is the recycled plastic bottles, and that's the top part of the sneaker. Then the upper sole is also created in a way to reduce the number of steps in the supply chain to just one. You will also see that there is an innovative knitting process on the sneaker. And I brought one, so you can actually have a look later. I'll pass it around, where there is zero waste, because the idea behind is to have the least amount of fabric wastage across every single step of the footwear, of the sneaker. So we've also eliminated the inner sole, so you have the outer sole joint, and we've also eliminated any additional labels. So there's a printed label on the sneaker, and that's it, to really reduce the amount of wastage and to really have what you really need in a sneaker. So there is comfort on the sneaker, there is also commitment on the sneaker, and then the other side that's very innovative for us specifically is the outer sole of the sneaker, which is made of algae. It's a type of algae that is the most performance-driven foam in the sustainable world, and it battles the excess of algae. So it keeps the ecologies in balance. One last thing, B Corp certification. We've just received this certification. B Corp is it's for companies, for entities, and for people that are doing things to change the world. So it's a way of being recognized not only for being best in the world, but best for the world. So we hope to inspire others to be the change, because there is no planet B.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed.